Hey, I'm out in my garden this morning doing a little bit of weeding, and I wanted to share a plant with you that I'm sure you're all familiar with. I was challenged with providing a profile of this plant for a class that I'm taking right now, so I just felt like it was a good opportunity for me to share it with my Coming Up Rainbows world. But it's really funny because I've never shared it before, and it's a super common plant and one that you would associate with essential oils or herbs probably more than any other plant. There are so many bees right now visiting me. I love it. They're on the dandelions though that are next to me that I didn't weed on the other side of the camera. So lavender though is the plant, and it is a perennial. I have one behind me that I did not cut last year, but it does have some growth starting on it in this new season. It's the middle of May right now, so you can see some of the green that's coming through, and the leaves are like a silvery green color, and then the spikes that come out of lavender with the flowers on them are typically a purple or bluish color. Oh, that's not a bee. And they are very fragrant. It's an aromatic plant. It's happiest if you have it in the sun somewhere, so it likes full sun. It can be up to 24 inches in height and spread, so you want to make sure that it has plenty of room to spread out, but it will happily grow in Montana. It likes well-drained soil. It doesn't like to be super wet, so if you can keep it in a place where the soil drains really well, it'll be happiest. And typically this perennial lasts for 5 to 7 years. That's not to say that's definitely the case, but yeah, it's native to the Mediterranean. Its hardiness zones are between 5 and 9. So yeah, it happily grows here. There's Balloon. And actually right now, all of the blossoms are blowing off of my apple tree. You can see them in the background. So beautiful. And the lilacs smell delightful. Okay, lavender. So it can be used for so many things. So the flowers themselves are, or the spikes are great to use like in your bath. So I make some bath salts that have these blooms in them, dried blooms. They're super fragrant even when they're dry. So it's actually kind of magical in that way. A lot of people will put a bunch of the little flowers inside of a bag and then put them in a dresser drawer or with some sweaters. They're an awesome insect repellent, so moths don't like them. So that's why you see that happen oftentimes. I use the essential oil around baseboards in my house to repel spiders. I use the essential oil in a paste with baking soda. If someone gets stung by a bee, it's like an instant pain reliever. It's so amazing. And then keep reapplying the essential oil after a bee sting or an insect bite, and it will actually help it to heal more rapidly. I just heard a hummingbird too. It's really awesome out here. So yeah, the uses, if you're only getting one essential oil in your whole entire life, lavender should probably be it, or frankincense. Yeah, so this plant that I have, I didn't trim last year, but they are happiest if you do give them a little trim. Some gardeners say that you shouldn't trim down to the woody part. Others say that it's okay. So I kind of do both. I have lavender all over my yard, or in different spots around my yard. I actually have some in the shade too. So even though I said it likes full sun, I do have some happy lavender growing in part sun. I guess it does get a little bit of sun. So there are lots of varieties of lavender. There are some hybrids, like 47 at least species are known. It's a great plant to use you can eat lavender also, so it's a great plant to use in a culinary experience. So some people use lavender for like frosting or in cakes. I don't particularly personally like the flavor of it, so I use it topically more than in any other way. can make tea out of it if you want to. We use lavender. I have it in our deodorant, our salve. A lot of our blends have it. It's great to just sprinkle in your bathtub if you have some of the dried flowers with some Epsom salts. Yeah, so other ways that we use it in our family are as a slumber aid. So if someone's having a hard time sleeping, it's a great plant to use or diffuse or just have near you. It's oftentimes you'll see it in mists for like bedspreads, and it's because it is that calming. It calms your nervous system and helps you come into a more peaceful state. We use it on cuts and scars, not directly the essential oil. Like I definitely recommend that it's in a salve or diluted in some way, shape, or form. But it's seriously can be used for almost anything. Cramps and restless legs, rashes, nervousness, your respiratory system. It's great for allergies. It's great for your adrenals. It's really awesome to support your emotional well-being. It's, bee stings, that's another way we use it, in a paste with baking soda. So there are just like, promotes hair growth. It's awesome for menopause and hot flashes. There are seriously so many ways you can use it. And I'm not saying, obviously, that this is like a fix-all, but it's something that you can try if you have anything going on that I mentioned. So yeah, you can buy it in a greenhouse I'm sure near you, and it's inexpensive, and it'll keep coming back every season for 5 to 7 years is typically how long it will return, or longer. I mean, and you can propagate it, so you could spread it out yourself around your yard. So yeah, it's a magic plant. So you should get some in your life.